Mikel Arteta is reaching for the stars at Arsenal this season, but how has his career landed him at Emirates? The Spaniard is well known for his playing days in Scotland and in the Premier League, but the now 40-year-old manager was close to having to give up football due to an illness as a young boy. Fortunately for Everton, Arsenal, and the football community, this was not the case in the end. This is the untold story of Mikel Arteta, the midfield maestro who turned to be a tactical mastermind. The Boy from San Sebastian. Mikel Arteta's road to glory started in the suburbs in San Sebastian in northern Spain in the 1980s. His football career as a young boy began at the local club, SC Antiguo, who is known for its cooperation with big Basque clubs like Real Sociedad and Athletic Bilbao. His childhood friend on and off the pitch was none other than Xabi Alonso, the former Liverpool and Real Madrid midfielder. The two iconic players are known in the local community for playing along the beaches and gutters of the city and dream to one day be playing alongside each other at Real Sociedad. They also played together at SC Antiguo before Arteta moved to Barcelona Academy, La Masia, and met his later coaching idol and colleague, Pep Guardiola, for the first time. The move wasn't meant to be for Arteta, who struggled to find his feet at the eastern coast of Spain. At the age of 19, he was loaned out to the French giant Paris Saint-Germain, before moving permanently to Scotland and Rangers a year later. The midfield maestro was a big success at the Scottish club, scoring in his first Old Firm derby and winning both the cups and the league for the club in his first season. Arteta has later talked about the importance of his 3 years at Rangers. Scottish football was tough, really tough. It was really physical. People got at you and I had to improve on that a lot. I think I did that to get to the level that the Premier League required of me, he said. He went on to spend 2 more seasons in Scotland before he moved on to his boyhood club Real Sociedad. But after only a year, the midfielder was loaned out to Everton. He ended up spending the rest of his career in England. The Premier League icon. The Everton manager at the time, David Moyes, was looking for a replacement for Thomas Gravesen, who joined Real Madrid. His choice fell on Mikel Arteta, who was struggling in the La Liga with Real Sociedad. The midfielder was initially loaned out to the Merseyside club, but after helping the club to a Champions League spot, the Spaniard was later bought in the summer window of 2005. Everton never reached the group stage of the competition, but Arteta had done more than enough to secure a place in the starting 11 for the Toffees. He was voted Everton's best player in his 2 first seasons at the club, and managed to take home the Premier League Midfielder of the Year award in front of well-known Cristiano Ronaldo in the 2006-2007 season. The Spaniard was on his way to the top and was called up to the Spain national team, but a stomach problem and later a cruciate ligament injury set him back. Nevertheless, it didn't take long before he was back to his best. A not-so-fun fact is that Arteta never went back to Spain and ended his career without making an appearance for the national team at senior level. After 209 games for the Toffees, he went on to Arsenal and Arsène Wenger in 2011. I am 29 years old, so I haven't got much time left to take a chance like this one. I've done my best for Everton. The dressing room at the club is the best in football. At the Emirates, Arteta would go on to win 2 FA Cups and 2 Community Shields with the club. He wore the captain's armband for 2 years and had a standing ovation after his final game for the club in 2016. He left Arsenal and retired, but it wouldn't take long before the Spaniard called North London his home once again. Learn from the best. The Spaniard had a lot of opportunities when he initially went out into the unknown coaching role. He was offered 3 positions: to lead the Arsenal Academy by his former boss Arsène Wenger, to join the backroom staff at Tottenham with Mauricio Pochettino, or to be the assistant coach for Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. Arteta chose the latter option and stayed alongside the legendary countryman and former teammate in Barcelona for 3 years. The duo won 7 trophies, including 2 Premier Leagues. Pep Guardiola has later been quoted on Arteta's position at the Etihad. "It was a joy to be with him. I learned a lot, and all the nice things that are going to happen to him. We'll be happy. Maybe I learned more from him than he did from me," he said. In the Christmas period of 2019, the Spaniard took over for Unai Emery, who didn't make it at Emirates. The question was, however, could Arteta, with no managerial merits to his name, lead the former power team to glory once again? In his first 6 months at Arsenal, Arteta won the FA Cup by beating his former team Manchester City in the semi-finals and Chelsea in the final. A few months later, he took his second trophy after winning against Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool in the Community Shield. The trophies were coming to Emirates, but it would take some time before the Gunners would be a threat in the Premier League. The Spaniard's lowest point in his short managerial era came in the fall of 2020, when the club lost 7 out of 10 games from October to December. Many people wanted the 40-year-old gone, but the supporters of Arsenal never questioned his role at the club. The team ended up at 8th place in the league that season and settled at 5th last year, 1 place behind a Champions League spot and their big rivals Tottenham. That would change very soon. Arteta and Arsenal were back in action in August, and as we speak, the Gunners are leading the Premier League with a big margin in front of Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. The Spaniards very close to giving the Emirates fans their first league trophy since the Invincibles back in 2004. Is it possible, or is it still just a dream for the 40-year-old Spaniard? Time will tell. Thanks for watching this video, and make sure to follow and subscribe for future videos from Untold Football. Do you have any ideas for an untold or interesting story in the footballing world? Please leave a comment after the video. We are here for the Untold Football Stories.